where can we acknowledge these things that we brought in for ourselves and honor them and experience gratitude around that? Because when we do that, we're honoring ourselves and our own power and our own ability. We can be grateful for ourselves. So there's like a self-kindness practice in this too. All of this is always a self-kindness practice because we're working on being kinder to ourselves and acknowledging ourselves. That's a self-kindness practice.
It all begins by understanding the mind.
I want to be happy now. I don't care about the future. I want to be happy right now.
You are not alone. You are never, ever, ever alone in this.
It's helped my voice grow and given me freedom to be creative on my own.
I'm Christina Barcy. Welcome to Be Bold, Begin, a podcast dedicated to you, the creative, the healer, and the innovator. The topics and conversations we have here are designed to help you discover what might be getting in your way and offer you tools, techniques, and guidance to move through them.
I live in the imposter's body more than I live in my own body. I don't have to feel like I don't deserve this.
This is where creativity and healing intersect.
If you decide to be bold and begin, you have the opportunity to feel humbled and empowered. I totally believe that.
I'm a certified Kaizen Muse creativity coach, a certified Reiki energy healer, and an entrepreneur, artist, and presenter. I will share with you my experiences, my proven tools and techniques that helped me and my clients and loved ones shift and expand in the areas they most desired. This is a gentle and open space where you will hear how others are being bold to encourage you to begin your own journey or expand the one you're on. This is Be Bold Begin. Hi, welcome back. I'm Barcy, and last week's guest, Melissa Ruiz, really inspired me to talk about what I'm going to talk to you about today. And if you haven't caught that one yet, it's called Finding Your Version of Happiness and Wealth. And it's, of course, on all of the podcast listening platforms, but it's also on YouTube. So you can watch these episodes now. If that is something you prefer, you can watch them now on YouTube. So Melissa and I talked everything from life shifts to business, but the theme I found really profound after I went back and listened again was that of being. And what I mean by that is this idea of something that I often say, which is you are enough and you already have everything you need. But what does that really mean? So here's what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that there's no growth or healing or shifting or transforming or inviting new energy or raising vibrations. Instead, it's an invitation to change our perspective from where the answers come from and what is available to you now. So the answers to how to get what you want, that being the growth, the healing, the shifts, all of that, the wealth, the happiness, the answer to how to get that is to shift that perspective that it comes from some outside source, from something external from yourself, that there is someone out there with the answer for you. But instead, to consider that the answers, the shifts, the transformation, all of the things are available to you now. And it's more about gently adding light to them so they can reveal themselves to you as part of you, because they are already part of you. So how do we do that? First, I think just posing this possibility is really powerful, and that might be enough for right now. But if you want to go a little deeper, it might start with posing the simple question of, what do I want? And I mean, really, what do you want? And really feeling into your answers. And I use the word feeling because that is the essence of what you want to tap into. You want to tap into the essence. You want to tap into those feelings. The feeling, the essence of what you want is the important part rather than the what or even the how. That part isn't really in our control. We might convince ourselves that it is at certain times, and it's also good to be specific when you are trying to, bring something in or change something, get something you want, for lack of a better phrase, just to simplify. But by allowing yourself to really explore how you want to feel in each of these categories of your life, that's the key to aligning with those things, which again are already part of you. They're already for you. They already are possible for you. You already are enough, deserving, worthy. You don't have to become someone different to reach the things that you want. The things you desire are not for other people. They're not for some version of yourself that will take a really long time for you to get to, for example. And maybe it takes time to shift this mindset, this perspective, but that's what I'm trying to share, that it's not that the process is shorter necessarily. It's that the approach to the process really changes when we start to trust ourselves and look to ourselves for the answers for the things that we want. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, what I'm leaning into with this conversation about being and about you being who you already want to be, but rather just opening up to a bigger version of yourself. Your version of joy and wealth, by the way, are unique to you also. So that's one way I know that you already have everything you need to have that, and that the difference is allowing that to be true, allowing it to be true that you already have access to your best version of joy and wealth. So another step after you identify a few of the feelings that resonate as joy or wealth or happiness or success to you, whatever those big sort of sweeps that we try to get to in life are, the next step is to identify where these feelings already exist in your life or have existed maybe in the past. For example, I might notice that the feeling of wealth to me are connected to feelings of security, of freedom, of ease, of abundance, freedom to create, or freedom to just be and not have to think about the future all the time, which is, I do that constantly. So to me, it's shifting into being present. It also feels like freedom of mind and less anxiety. These are my feelings that I connect to abundance. So I can think of areas or times in my life where I was feeling all of these things, or at least a lot of them. When I bought into the feelings in my reality that I was secure, when I bought into this reality, I'm secure, I'm abundant, I am safe, I have creative freedom, etc. Then I lived my life feeling safe, feeling like I had the freedom to create, feeling secure without the added feelings of guilt that often come when I think I should be doing something else than creating, for example, or these feelings of anxiety, which to me feel like the opposite of safety and security. So there are times in my life that I've experienced these realities. And what I often notice is that those times in my life were not necessarily my financially richest moments. That, yeah, my goals now have changed from that time around the amount of money that I'd like to bring in, if I'm connecting it to money. But the fact is that I now know that I know how to feel the way I want to feel when it comes to abundance. I remember, right, that it's very possible because I've done it before. And maybe there are areas of my life that I'm doing it now. So that's kind of the next part we'll get into in a moment. So there are things that I've created in my life during those times of trust and ease and freedom that I can begin to honor. So during those times of freedom, I tend to bring things in that really align with these ideas that I want to feel, to have, harkening back to what we were just talking about, like feelings of success or things that I've accomplished or, whatever. So during those times of the feelings that I wanted to feel, I also created more of them. I created more tangible things in my life that I can now honor. And then I honor those things that I created. And that is an experience of gratitude for what I've allowed myself to bring in to serve me. So this process is what I mean when I talk about a gratitude practice. That process of noticing where we've done this in our lives, noticing how it brought in more of the thing that we want, and noticing the tangible places that it exists for us that we can literally point to. Like, there's my partner in the other room who is a very abundant feeling for me in my life. That was huge to bring in that kind of love for me. So where can we acknowledge these things that we brought in for ourselves and honor them and experience gratitude around that? Because when we do that, we're honoring ourselves and our own power and our own ability. We can be grateful for ourselves. So there's like a self-kindness practice in this too. All of this is always a self-kindness practice because we're working on being kinder to ourselves and acknowledging ourselves. That's a self-kindness practice. So, as I was saying, gratitude practice, it allows us to acknowledge our wisdom, our capabilities, and our talents that are unique to us to bring us the kind of joy and wealth that is also unique to us, the kind that really resonates for you. For example, what kind of home I really want may not be the kind of home you really want. So just that alone shows me that the way you're going to bring in abundance for yourself is going to be a little different than mine. It's going to be unique to you. So if you want to do a 30-day practice of this kind of exchange with yourself, I've talked about this before. I have a gratitude course. It's called the Gratitude Bundle. I left the Gratitude Bundle course at its sale price of 70% off. There'll be a link in the show notes. And there you will get creative and mindful exercises, guided meditations, and shifting question prompts for the course of 4 weeks to guide you towards your own power, to show you that you already have everything you need and you are enough. I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to Be Bold Begin. We hope that these episodes inspire and empower you to take your next steps in your own intuitive journey towards a life or business that feels clear, authentic, and aligned. And if you're ready for more tools and guidance like courses and free events, then I'd love to invite you to my new Intuitive Creators Academy and Collective. It's free to join. Just follow the link in the show notes and remember to DM me once you get there to receive a special gift for being a listener of Be Bold Begin. I'll look forward to seeing you there.